Okay.
You see the black ones?
Yeah. They're in the garden section.
I know they in love. That's my job. Boots roll, right?
Yes, babe. Guys, you know those chairs that I saw the other day at the Walmart that are on sale because all their summer stuff is on sale? I'm just gonna go get them for me. And he said, your butt better be sitting in those chairs. He said, if I don't see you sitting in those chairs, because we're like crunch time right now for school. So, you know, he's like having to go up there in between assignments. But I just was like, I don't know if any of you other ladies do this to your husbands. I don't know. My husband takes care of all the finances, so he is the one who's like, yeah, we have money, you have some allowance to do this and that. And I'm okay with that because, like I said, guys, we live by scripture, and so my husband is the one who takes care of the money, you know. But I was like selling it to him. I was like, babe, they're so cute. I showed him the video and I was like, they're on sale. And they are. They're $49 from $100. They're half off. And there was only 2 left. And I was like, but you know, I had made up my mind. Like if I don't get them, that's okay. You know. But I was like showing him to him. He's like, oh, those are nice. And I was like, yeah, there's only 2 left. And I know them sitting there, they're not going to be there very long. And that's if they even still have them. I don't even know, because you know how people shop. They see it and they want it and they get it. But we're the type of people who I like to go out and look and then like think about it. You know, I don't like to make impulse purchases without talking to my husband first. And if he's like, okay, yeah, that's, you know, yeah, you can go get that, or yeah, that seems about right, you know. Because I can be an impulse shopper sometimes. And boom, ba-da, boom, boom, boom. Boom, ba-da, boom, boom. Guys, I've been doing these Pilates workouts. Woo-wee! I like me some Pilates because it like fires up your muscles and makes you use muscle strength. Love it. Let me just put my hair back real quick so I can put my makeup on. Put my makeup on. It's so funny getting to know my mom because she tells me in the mornings, like, she's like, yeah, I gotta put my makeup on. I'm like, yeah, me too. Me too. Guys, I don't put on a lot of makeup. I just highlight already what I have, you know? What is this? Maybelline tattoo stuff. I've had this little jar. These things last forever, it seems like. I wonder if you can use it for eyeliner. I haven't tried that. But schoolwork again today. Schoolwork every day. I'm almost done with these 2 classes, and then right after I got 2 more classes, so we'll see how this goes. I mean, it's gonna go regardless. Gotta get it done. And then we're gonna go in with a Pop Color eyeliner. You can get this at Ulta, or Target has it too. I need my Q-tip. Then it never fails. I always pinch my my eyelid with that. Never fails. Then I use two mascaras. This one is the telescopic lift, and it gives like the fibrous and then I go in with my Tarte because it's a bigger, thicker brush, and it just kind of separates the eyelashes a little bit. Guys, it's so crazy. I've been wearing makeup since I was like 15. 15, yo. And then I'm gonna go in with the ColourPop blush in Shortbread. I love when they do that, when they like have little names like desserts. Just a little color. Then I always use like a wet paper towel to go like this to my eyelashes to take off any extra mascara. And that's it, guys. That's my makeup. And then my EOS chapstick. I love the EOS brand because it's banging. So I'm ready for the day. I'm gonna go do a Pilates workout and waking up my muscles. So I will see you guys later.
Girl, you chill.
Thank you, babe.
You're welcome.
They were $110 a piece, on sale for $49
a piece.
Well, I'm saying, look, for
said-
one, it was.
Where? $92. You said
Yeah.
$110 a piece.
Right.
Oh, wait.
We got our chair. And that's it, guys. That's my 30-day Pilates challenge that I'm doing to strengthen muscle and tone. I've been on this thing where I'm like, since me and RJ have our moms in our lives, I've been thinking about them a lot. And I want to like strengthen my body so that if they need us, we're able to help them, you know. I was watching something the other day on YouTube where it was saying that a lot of people, as they get older, guys, I'm 40 now, and you know, going through the perimenopause, menopause stage, when your body stops producing estrogen and you basically come out of your childbearing years, it says that the drop in estrogen causes like muscle weakness, muscle fatigue, and stuff like that. So
I've been like really concentrating on like engaging my muscles, you know, because I'm like, man, I got my mom in my life. I want to be strong to be able to help her if she ever decides to move here, or if she decides to stay in Texas, like whatever the case is. If like they call and they say, hey, your mom is, you know, she needs you, I'm gonna be there. Like, it's so crazy because I've been having so many dreams. Here, let me sit down real quick and talk to you guys. I was telling my husband, like, I was telling RJ, like, it's crazy how many dreams I'm having of my mom. Like, I had a dream that she was here in the house. There's a fly in here. I was having a dream that she was here in my house, and RJ was like covering her with his robe. And I asked her, I was like, what are you doing with RJ's robe on? You know, because that's RJ's favorite robe. I bought him 2 like really expensive polo robes, and they're his like favorite, like don't mess with them, you know. And he covered her, and like what I took that to mean was like, we're supposed to protect her, you know, as much as we can. I mean, she's in Texas, but I've been having so many dreams of her being here. And I was like telling my husband, like, I guess as a child I had just always put that out of my brain. Like, I'm able to compartmentalize a lot of stuff, because growing up the way I did, you are so exposed to trauma and emotional trauma and physical trauma that you learn how to survive. It's like a surviving mechanism that you just turn off that part of your brain and just keep pushing, you know. And I guess as a little girl, like, I did that with my parents, like not having parents. I mean, it was something you dealt with daily. Going to school and all the kids are being told, like, don't forget to tell your parents that tomorrow is blah, 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 and bring your candies and bring this. And I was like always the one who didn't have that, you know. And now that I'm back in touch with my mom, like, I realized it wasn't that she gave us up, like she didn't want us. Sometimes life happens, guys, and my mom she says she wasn't young, but she was 25 when she had me. And I remember when I was 25, I did not have my mess together. Me and RJ, we didn't meet till I was 28. And and then I turned 29 when, like, that year that we met. And I was still homeless. Like, didn't have and I say homeless, meaning I didn't have a place of my own. Did I always have a place to stay? Absolutely. I had friends, well, I wouldn't call them friends, but I had associates that always let me stay with them because of the kind of life I was living. You know, I was the person who could always get you what you were looking for, if you know what I mean, like smoking, all that kind of stuff. And so people liked having me around, not because they liked me, but I had to come to realize, like, it was more of an abusive situation. Like, people used me for the connections that I had, you know. And so I always had a place to stay, but I mean homeless, like I didn't have a place of my own, you know. And I did many times, but I was irresponsible with my money and stuff like that. So when my mom tells me she was 25 when she had us, I'm like, that's young. Like, I remember I was still trying to figure it out, guys. Even when me and RJ moved here, I was still trying to figure it out in my 30s. Like, and that's one thing I have to realize, like, not everybody is on the same wave time length as everybody else. Everybody walks their own path, and everyone figures it out in their own way. But my mom was young, you know, she was involved in that life. And guys, I have pictures I got to share with you. Matter of fact, I'm going to share some right now. So my mom sent me these pictures. Here's a picture of me and my brother when we were young. And I never thought I was going to see my face again as a child, because I never had pictures like this. And here's a picture of my mom. And this picture I had when I was in foster care. This picture I carried with me everywhere. The caseworker, the lawyer that I had gave me this picture. And I kept it. And then I lost it because I was young. I was like 13, 14 or something, and I lost the picture. But I always remembered this picture of my mom. And here's a picture of me and my brother again. And that's my sister in the background, my sister Selena. She was a lot older than me and my brother when the state came and took us. And then here's a picture of my family and me. And guys, this is my son. He was 2 years old here. And this is when I went to go find my family after I had my son. There's my tia Norma and my abuelita. She's passed now. But I totally forgot about this visit. And here's my mom. This is my mom. You could tell, man, she was street. She knew the business. You know, she's wearing her Jordans. She's got a cigarette in her ear. Like, my husband looked at this picture and he was like, oh my goodness. I was like, doesn't that remind you of me? How I was on the street, like when we met? You know what I'm saying? Well, I dressed a lot more provocative than that. My mom's kind of, you know, she's modest here. She's covered up. But I used to, guys, you would not recognize who I was. And I'm happy that the change happened, because that person that I was couldn't mess with it, you know. And the Father in heaven, he struck me down so quick and was like, you need to wake up, little girl. You living your life reckless out here in them streets. But I've noticed lately, like, I'm having all these like dreams about my mom, because I told my husband, I was like, I guess like as a little girl, I've always wanted my mom, you know, but I always like push that to the back of my brain and never like let it like sit on my heart, you know, because when you get in that mind frame, especially the way I grew up, guys, I was constantly changing foster homes. Like, the minute you get comfortable somewhere is when it changes. And I've noticed that in my life too, like with friends or people I call friends. Like, the moment I think that everything is going well, it never ends up that way. And especially when you live your life by scripture, you're forced to have to push people away or just cut people off, like, from communication, because you're not living like that and you don't want that a part of your life. And I did that with the thought of having a mom or a dad, you know. But now that she's in my life, I'm like, oh, I want my mom here. But, you know, everyone is their own person, and she's got to make a decision. And, you know, whatever the Father says is going to be, it's going to be. So I'm not going to rush into anything. I'm just going to let her decide and make a choice, you know, because she's still in Texas. She's been where she's at since 1987, she said. So that for her would be leaving home, you know. And but I'm praying and hoping that, you know, someday she'll come up here and we can get her into an apartment and everything. But I've just been on this new like thing of wanting to get my body strong, you know, so I can help my mom and my mom, like my husband's mom and my mom, you know, because like I'm the other woman in the family. Like, I'm the youngest out of them too. So there's things that they would need help with in their older age that my husband would not be able to do. And I would never want to put them in like a senior citizen home or like a nursing home, because I used to work in nursing homes, and they don't give the kind of care and companionship that you could if you're young and able to take care of your parents, you know. And RJ's mom, she's gonna be 70 in July, and you know, I'm just like, yeah, I gotta make sure that my body's healthy and strong, and that I can be a help to both of them in any way possible. And so that's been my new motivation behind like doing Pilates. Like, the exercises that you saw were kinesthetic exercises, and my form is not perfect, guys. I still have weight on me that I need to get off. I'm still at 100. I haven't weighed myself. I think I'm 187 now, but it's coming off as I'm starting to do more like exercises of kinesthetics, like activating my muscle, you know. And I saw something online that said like cardio is good, I guess, for your heart, but you actually get more cardio activating your muscles. And you know, you want that muscle strength, especially us women, because guys, you hear all the time, like when elderly people fall, the reason they can't get up is because they don't have the muscle to get up, you know. And so you got to keep, it's like that saying, like if you what is it, move it or lose it, basically. Like, move your body or you're gonna lose your strength, you know. Like, even if it's like if you're an elderly person or you're older and you can't go to the gym, or you can't, you know, like do those exercises like I did on the floor, like take a water bottle and just start moving your arms, like activating your own muscle, using your own muscles, or just sit there and just, you know, like do something. But you have to move your body and use your muscles to be able to keep those muscles, like as we get older. But anyway, I got some schoolwork to do, and I got to run to the store to get some stuff for Sabbath prep. But I love you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. And this is everyday life. This is what I be doing. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do. This is a channel where I do daily vlogs. I shop, I cook, I clean, I hang out with my family. This is just a place where you guys get to join me as we grow old. I'm 40 years old, and it's the year 2025. It's me and my husband RJ. We live here in Middle Georgia, and I have recently been in contact with my mom, who I never remember. Well, I always remembered, but didn't know, because I was put in foster care when I was 2 years old, and the state took away her rights and my dad's rights. I found my dad, but he is passed. This is a picture of my dad, and he was in the military. He was in the army. He served in the Vietnam War, and when he came back, he was addicted to that stuff, and it never got better, you know. But I am recently in contact with my mom, and we are starting a new relationship right now in life. And hopefully one day you guys will get to meet her. We have RJ's mom, who lives here, and she's doing really well. Her birthday's next month, and we go out on, you know, trips with her, and we do stuff with her. And we have 2 dogs, Tango and Sierra, and they're just a part of our life, the loves of our life. We love our puppies so much. They'll always be our puppies. We've had Sierra since she was 4 days old. And we had Tango since he was 7 weeks old. So they're our babies. And if you guys haven't subscribed, please consider doing so and join us and grow old. Let's live, learn, and laugh together. I love you guys. Bye.